Henry, what do you want to talk about this week?
What games have we been playing?
Okay, yeah, games we've been playing.
Our usual opener when we do it.
Yeah, our usual opener. I just wanted to get Rogue One out of the way because I was really excited to talk about Rogue One. The games we've been playing, we told ourselves that we would try to do this once a month. We didn't do it in March or April or March or February, I think. So it's been a while. The game that I have been playing is most recently Ratchet and Clank. Like I said earlier, we recorded Let's Plays yesterday for about like the first hour and a half of the game, and then I went back and played through it by myself because I when we record Let's Plays, you can't hear any of the video game audio, which sucks. So I went back, try to get more context because I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game like all the way through. I played like little bits, like the Ratchet and Clank 2, the weird space flying level that felt really bad and controlled really bad. And I'm pretty sure I played like a demo of it at one point years ago
at a Target kiosk.
Yeah, no, at a Toys R Us kiosk. There you go.
Yes.
So this is like my first Ratchet and Clank game, and I'm really, really loving it. The like our Ratchet and Clank Let's Plays are going up this week, and I think at one point I said like the controls feel very intuitive. They feel like a classic 3D platformer. Of like I was playing Donkey Kong 64 like last year or something because I try to play it every year because I love that game, and like it just felt like a classic 3D platformer on a new controller on a new setting, and that was really, really cool. Oh God, here's the cat. Here's Mitty.
Here, Mitty.
Here she comes. She's a cat.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh, he?
Yeah.
He, she?
He.
It's
all about the he said, she said, he said shit.
But anyway, I really like Ratchet and Clank. I'm liking the story so far. Spoilers for the game. But not like heavy spoilers. Like I went and played all the shit that we did again, and I only got like a little farther past that. I just got like past the train sequence, so I'm still only like an hour and a half into the game, and I'm really enjoying it. It's funny. I like chuckled, like actually like chuckled at I don't want to say chuckled out loud because that sounds weird, but like, I chuckled here and there. They've just got like some good like breaking the fourth wall every once in a while, and just the characters are really engaging and funny and are interesting. They're interesting to watch and see and realize like who they are as characters. Captain Quark, who I mistakenly called Captain Quark at one point in our Let's Plays.
Johnny Depp.
And he's telling the story. Like he's basically sort of retelling the first game through his eyes or whatever. And just sort of all of his commentary throughout the story, because every once in a while while you're playing the game, you'll hear him voice over certain parts, and they're just super funny, super silly. The one problem I have, and I think this will probably be the one problem, well, two problems, a gameplay thing and something else. First, the gameplay thing. While we were playing yesterday, you were saying like, I'm glad that like when you shoot and stuff, your gun is constantly going around like where the camera is. There's a gun that doesn't do that.
The Pyrocitor.
It's the flamethrower Pyrocitor, and that like when I figured that out, I was like, oh shit, I really don't like this. But I found out like a workaround of like holding L2, the aim button,
and that's how you strafe.
Yeah, and so I've got that down. That was just something that like that was like a quick like, oh, that's really weird because none of the other guns do that. So it's just like, why does it seems
it's
like
the same thing as in the first game, but the good thing is that in the first Ratchet and Clank game, you can't strafe till near the end of the game when you get the jetpack upgrade for Clank.
Okay. So yeah, it was that like little thing. It's not even like a huge complaint. It was something like, oh, that's weird. Oh, MIDI left. I'm sorry. The other thing I have is obviously there are some obvious cutscenes in here that are from the movie. Because you can tell because like the game looks beautiful, and obviously if you want to use movie cutscenes, that's fine because I think the movie and the game sort of are almost on equal quality of like how beautiful they look. The one thing that's obvious about it though is that like when you have a cutscene from the movie, it'll like do this like weird sort of cut. Like obviously something else was about to be said in that scene, and they had to cut it off beforehand. So I feel like we're getting like little snippets from the movie, and they're like sort of holding back on like maybe some lines from the movie. It's just like it reminds me of Star Wars Episode 3, um, the video game, where you had like cutscenes from the movie that was put into the video game, and there's like this just the way they cut out from the movie to the video game is really awkward, and that's like really the only complaint because it'll take me out of it every once in a while. Like not every single time, but there will be like if the cutscene ends with like a line and then you sort of hear the line trail off like just a bit, and you're like, oh, that's a little weird. So yeah, Ratchet and Clank. I've also been playing. I got WarioWare Touched on the Wii U Virtual Console, and you know what? It was the best $10 I've ever spent in my life. All right. If you don't know, WarioWare Touched was the WarioWare game for the DS, the original DS, and I played that game a bunch when I was a kid. Sorry, I've got like this hair. It's my like.
I get it.
Oh, there we
Yanks
go.
it. Yanks all your hair off. Turns out you've had a wig this entire time. Your hair never grew back from the last blank shots video.
I've actually been thinking of cutting it. I've been thinking of doing the shave again, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just like cut it a little bit. I was thinking of either doing the shave or just like trimming it a little bit. Just getting a little sloppy.
I don't really want to shave my head again. Done it
I
too many times.
I really don't want to look like a skinhead again. So WarioWare Touch DS game, really fun mini games. I think if this game, I was thinking about this while I was playing it on the Wii U gamepad because I'll play. It's a good mindless game when I want to watch something and sort of play something because I like doing that every once in a while. Like I'll like have The Office on in the background while playing, and I'm listening to The Office. So it's a good game for that. And I was thinking while I was playing, I was like, this would be a great game on your mobile device. And I honestly think that's what Nintendo should be doing, but they're not. They're making games like Miitomo.
You mean masterpieces?
No, not masterpieces.
What's up?
Yeah, that's the voice of the character you made in your Miitomo, which is fucking terrifying. So I've been playing a little bit of WarioWare. I just wanted to say that a little bit because you gave me shit the other day because I was like, yeah, I bought it for $10.
Okage Shadow King is $10 and a better game.
Yeah, well, so I here's a little story all about how my life got turned upside down. I've been looking for this game for the last 5 years that I used to play as a kid with one of my babysitters, and like I've been thinking about it, and like I thought of like specific like scenes and stuff, and I'm like, what is this game? And I've been looking for it forever. And there was this when I would ask people would say, I forget the title of this other game. They would
Dark
say
Cloud.
I think it was Dark Cloud, maybe something else. And they would say like, oh, this, because I would always talk about like, what's this video game where you get possessed by a demon and you have like he has a shadow that follows you around, and people kept saying this other game, and I was like, no, that's not the right art. That's not like what it looks like. It looks too. It's because I remember the artwork for Okage being a little weird. So
Had that weird PS2 super early, like you could tell this was on a blue disc look.
yeah, so it was just like people pointed me to this other game for years. I was like, no. Yeah.
Sly like a fox.
Yes, you are. And I finally, and like it was like last week, I couldn't go to sleep, and I started thinking about this game again. I was like, fuck, I need to find this game. So I literally spent 3 fucking hours just doing research, and I finally found it. Okage Shadow King,
Out now on PSN.
out now, the PS2 on PS4 classic games, for $10. I haven't played it yet. I'm waiting.
I'm gonna pick it up soon.
I'm waiting on purpose because we're having a special guest fly in next month. I'm not going to say who it is, but if you're watching
Annie.
this, you know who you are. Annie lives in San Francisco. She wouldn't be flying.
Yeah,
in.
she's flying in to play Okage. She's doing a whole roundabout trip. It's really dumb.
So someone's flying in next month, and they're going to be a guest on Talking Shit. They're going to be a guest on BCG News, and they're gonna be a guest for a week of Let's Plays, and I'm gonna play. He told me, he's like, no, you need to wait for me to play this. We're gonna play Okage Shadow King. So there you go. That's why I've held back on playing that. And then other games I've been playing. The one other game I guess I've been playing recently is um Broforce. Have you played that yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I've gotten. It's to the point where like it started to die down a little for me. I didn't when I started playing the game, I didn't have this glitch, but then it started happening probably
The
like a
2-second glitch.
yeah, it started happening like a couple of days after I started playing it, where when you start a level, after about 2 seconds, your character will just freeze, and you just sort of have to wait, and then like press your moving stick again, and then he'll walk again, which is like really weird. And that's actually started happening when I did the week of Let's Plays for it. So I played it for like 4 or 5 days without that glitch, and then it randomly happened all of a sudden. And to the point where it's starting to slow down for me. I think I'm about like 75% to 80% done with the campaign.
I think I was pretty close to finishing it, but then my PS Plus ran out.
Yeah. I'm like at the part where like the aliens or whatever are infecting different countries.
Mhm.
Are those supposed to be like the aliens from Alien or like
Oh
what?
yeah.
Okay, I couldn't tell because it was like that's weird that they're using like at first I thought it was cool of like oh they're bringing in an enemy from like one of the movies that they referenced in this video game, but then they didn't start referencing like they didn't start bringing in enemies from other movies, which I thought was a little weird. Like for the good half of the game, you're fighting just like random fucking like terrorists, and then the aliens start coming in, and that's really it. And I thought that was a little like, that's all right, I guess. Like I would have liked it more of like one level, like at one point, like maybe halfway through the game, like at one point, like aliens start coming in, and then maybe um like shit. I was gonna say Men in Black, but Men in Black is also alien, but I guess like different types of aliens. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I guess it was harder for it's hard for me right now to think of like what other villains could we take from these other movies and bring it in.
Not really any, because it's just like Arnold Schwarzenegger's going to the country and shooting up terrorists.
Exactly. So I guess I get it, but I don't know. It's felt weird like going into it, and then they were still there for a while. I was like, oh, okay. I guess this is the
Just think of it
main
as
thing.
a contra joke.
Okay, I will. I will think of it as a contra joke. Henry, what have you been playing?
So, in between our last recording of this topic and this one, I got my first 4 platinum trophies.
Yeah. Well, the last time we recorded this, we did this topic was
You had just beaten Undertale.
I just beat Undertale, so it was probably like January. So you got 4 platinum trophies. What were the platinums for?
So my first one was for the PS3 Rango game.
Yeah, best game of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you were praising Rango while you were playing through it on Twitter. Like you're tweeting about it. Like, hey, I really like this game.
Yeah, because it's just like you play through it, and it's like you're playing through like Sly Cooper or Jack and Dexter or Ratchet and Clank, like one of those early PS2 platformers where it's like really simple. You just shoot things, and then there's like little things in the level for you to collect.
So it's like a classic, like good, like PS2 era 3D platformer game.
Mm-hmm.
I can appreciate that. It's just weird, really weird to think that it's a Rango game. That's like the only thing that I was like,
and it's good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I never really like loved Rango.
I love that movie.
I thought it was all right. So it's just weird, really weird to like hear like you're like, yeah, this game is really good. And I was like, really, the fucking Rango video game? Like that's so fucking weird to think about. What were your other platinums?
And then I got the platinum for Bully.
Bully, yes. I've been waiting because like I don't know if I want to go back to Bully. That's the problem I'm having. Is we recorded a bunch of Let's Plays for Bully last year, back when we didn't know how to record Let's Plays. We still really don't, but I think we're starting to get there. We're starting to get there. We sat on the couch yesterday instead of sitting in chairs.
Felt good, man.
It felt good. Felt like a good time. Check out our Let's Plays this week. I think they're really good.
Feels good, man.
It feels good. Yeah, and like when we were playing those, when we were doing this Let's Plays for Bully way back when, I was playing through the game, I was like, man, I'm really tired of this game. And I think it was I probably ruined Bully for myself as a kid, and I didn't realize it when I was a kid because when I was growing up, I only had like a few video games at a time. Bully was like the one consistent one. Like I had it for the PS2, and then when I got a 360, I got the Scholarship Edition. So I feel like I played it so fucking much, and then taking a couple of years away from it, and going back and be like, oh man, these mechanics have aged. So I don't know, like how like you platinumed it, so you obviously went through a lot. Like how was your journey?
I still enjoyed it mostly because this is only the third time I've beaten it.
Okay.
But to me, it still worked well because it was just like, okay, so these are PS2 mechanics. I can work with this because
Yeah.
this is what I'm used to. Like,
Yeah, I think the PS2, I think for the three of us is probably like the one where we really grew up with video games, like
Mhm.
that era.
and so like it was super nostalgic for me, and I really like immediately got into the controls.
Okay.
I did everything I could in it, except for some reason you don't have to get all of the G&G cards or the rubber bands to platinum it.
That's fucking awesome. The G&G cards were the ones that I got most frustrated with. I probably remember where most of the rubber bands are. The G&G ones, I remember there's two or three where I could never fucking like find. And I growing up, I only knew a little bit about the like I can look up like video game like guides on the internet. And way back when I was growing up, I didn't like the way that they were written because they're like in like really weird doc sheets and they're like written really weird
And everyone had that weird like header where it's just ASCII art, and you're like, ah.
yeah, exactly. So like when I tried to look this up, I was like, ah, fuck that. So I tried to like find out everything I personally could about Bully. And that was something I could never nail was the G&G cards.
The only thing I had to use a guide for was getting all the gnomes.
The gnomes.
Because there's always like half of them are in the prep area, and you always forget which house you didn't go to.
Yeah, that's something that's funny. The one thing they updated Bully for in the Scholarship Edition, and the PS4 version is the PS2 version. It's not the 360 Scholarship Edition. Is um when they upgraded to they added like more stories and whatnot to the Scholarship Edition. The one thing that I thought was so fucking dumb was that they gave you a story reason of why you're smashing all these gnomes. Was you find this woman who is what's the correct term? I don't want to offend anybody.
Of what?
She was short. She was little. She was a little person. Am I allowed to say that? I don't fucking know.
No one knows.
I don't fucking know. If you're really short, if you're under the average, if you're under like the what you should probably be.
I think the correct term is half size Helga.
Oh god. Well, anyway, you meet her in the Scholarship Edition, and she thinks the gnomes are offensive, so it gives you a story reason of why you're breaking these gnomes. It was so fucking dumb. It was like, I want to break the gnomes because I'm a fucking shitty kid in like I think high school. Yeah, he's like a sophomore in high school.
Boarding school.
Yeah, and so like I want to break the gnomes just because. Don't give me a fucking story reason to do it. It's like the Egoraptor argument of like, oh, you want to go up to this mountain? Well, wait, we got to tell you why you want to go up this mountain. You know, it's little things like that. I'm like, all right, come on. I love a good story in video games. That was like one of those useless points of like,
yeah.
All right.
Then the third game I platinumed was Lego Marvel Avengers, which you lent to me.
Yes, I only played like a little bit. I think I only did like story stuff.
Oh god, the story levels in this game were just terrible.
Yeah,
like it was just one of those games where it's like the story has no reason to be this bad. Why is it this bad?
Yeah,
like just to play through. But then like as soon as you go to the actual like overworlds, it's a lot of fun to just get
the open world and sort of the side quests and stuff. And like, do you understand what I'm saying? Of like, Greg Miller's the best voice actor, and it's not because he's like a phenomenal voice actor or anything. It's because everybody else in this video game is like dubbed over lines from the Marvel movies, and it's super awkward and super weird.
And then you just have Greg being like, "Hey, yeah,"
it's like Greg Miller beyond. Even though I'm at Kind of Funny now. So I like it was cute. It's not something that like really pulled me back. I'm surprised like you did everything and platinumed it. Like I'm surprised you were dedicated.
I looked at the trophy list and I was like, I can do this, so I did it. And also like There's another thing about Lego games where it's like once you beat them
Mm-hmm.
or do nearly everything, there's like this weird loneliness to them. It's
Yeah.
really hard to explain. That just like when you're
You
near the
feel
end,
very secluded. Yeah,
It-
I totally understand that.
like when you finally beat like Lego Star Wars
Mm-hmm.
and you got like all the mini kits.
Yeah.
Something about it just feels very empty.
Yeah, and that's that's something like I feel every once in a while in Ratchet and Clank. So far, I've only played like an hour and a half. But like when I clear an area of enemies, like even though there's stuff going on in the background, I'm like, this feels like weirdly like just lonely to me. Yeah, so I get the feeling. It's a hard feeling to describe, but it happens a lot in video games. I think it should be discussed more, but it's weird.
The big one for me with that in Lego games was the Lego Movie game, which I played through.
Yeah, was that any good?
No, because the last thing is like you're in a bedroom, like you're in the kid's bedroom.
Getting it on.
No,
Yeah.
and it's just like it feels
It's
so
really
weird.
just you're really just playing the South Park video game, but you're just really confused.
Mom. And then the fourth game I platinumed was Sly Cooper.
Oh wow.
Super easy platinum.
Yeah, I only played like a little bit of Sly Cooper, but yeah, I was going back to Sly Cooper.
I love that game.
Mm.
But it's just like super simple platinum. Just beat all the levels and then get all the saves.
Okay,
Super easy.
that's cool.
And then the game that I'm playing right now, like I think I've played a bunch of games,
Okay.
but like not none enough to the point to mention them right now.
Yeah.
Is I'm going through Far Cry 3,
Okay.
which is really good.
Yeah, I Far Cry 4 was my first Far Cry. So I like a lot of people say like, "Oh, 4 is just more of 3." Which I never got that feeling cuz I never played 3. So I was like, "Wow, 4 is really fucking good." So I can only imagine like how fun 3 is.
It's a lot of fun cuz it's just like it's fun just like going around doing the quests, knocking out outposts.
Yeah.
Like it's the same kind of joy that you get from playing like Assassin's Creed. Of just like it's
Clearing
fun.
territories and
Yeah.
whatnot. Okay. It's a Ubisoft game.
I want more games like that just to play while I'm listening to something else.
I mean, I hear Far Cry Primal is good. I like. I don't think anybody has said it's bad.
I might pick it up when it's cheap.
Yeah,
It'll probably be like $20 by.
I think there's
2
a
months.
deal with it going on right now. If you buy Primal and 4, I think it's like both of them together is like $69.99 or something. So,
I already have 4, so
yeah, I want to get 4 again. I remember giving that away soon after I beat it, but I want to go back to it. I'm itching to go back to it. That's all we've been playing.
I think so.
Yeah. I wanted to go onto my 2DS to play some Pokemon. That's the thing. Since the last time we did this topic was I got a 2DS about a month ago, I would say. Got Pokemon Yellow, got Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
And so I haven't touched it in like a week or two. It's because I've been busy. And I tried to go back to it like 2 days ago. And I tried to turn it on, and like the screen like lights up, but it's just black. And so now I gotta figure out, like, I gotta go to Target at one point, and hopefully I have a warranty for it. And yeah, so I wanna play more Pokemon, but but yeah, going back to Yellow is really really fun. A lot of grinding in that game. I forgot, like, in the original Pokemon games how much grinding you have to fucking do. And it was so weird. Like, it's weird that I take breaks from Pokemon with Pokemon. I love Yellow, and Yellow is really fun, and there's a lot of grinding. But I take a break from it with Alpha Sapphire because there's literally no grinding you have to do in that game. It's like, if you want to level up all your Pokemon, all you have to do is turn on the Switch, and when you fight with just this one Pokemon, they all share XP. So
I didn't do that because I wanted to keep the feeling of the original.
Yeah. I do that to get a break from the original grind. Not to say that I hate the original grind. It's just sometimes I need a break from it. I like grinding.
Need a break from the daily grind.
I like grinding, but sometimes my dick hurts. Sometimes my dick hurts. Sometimes I get blue balls. All right.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like, do I gotta go fast?